What's going on, everybody out in YouTube land, and welcome back to another episode of GBA. In this episode, I'm going to do another recent video game pickups video. I know I think it's been less than 2 weeks since the last time I filmed one of these. And I don't want to put these out too often, but to be completely honest with you, even though it's been less than 2 weeks, I've accumulated a bunch of games. And I really need to film this because I don't want it to last very long, I guess. And with the amount of games I have here, it's going to be a little bit of a long video. So please, get a snack, get something to drink, and just enjoy the video game pickups. So without further ado, let me go ahead and get started with this. I'm going to start with some of the bigger things, some of the systems and things like that, just so I can get them out of the way. So the first thing I picked up was the Legends Flashback, which is obviously an at-games console. Yeah, the reason why I picked this up primarily, I do collect a lot of the mini consoles, and I do like a lot of the at-games stuff, to be honest with you, and this is selling at Walmart right now for around $45, but the reason why I picked it up is because I got it brand new on eBay for 17 bucks. So, for $17, you can't really beat it. So yeah, Legends Flashback at games. Alright, so the next thing I picked up was actually super cool, and it's something I had as a kid, and my buddy that sells me video games just about every week, he actually hooked me up with this. It's brand new. We've got the Aurora Interactor, the virtual reality gaming wear. So as I'm sure a lot of you know, this works with the Super Nintendo and the Sega Genesis, and I wanted this so bad when I was a kid. And when I finally got it, I was so disappointed in it. But, it's super cool to have this again as an adult. And like I said, this is sealed. So it probably will stay that way. There's no reason for me to open this. But, man, I forgot how heavy these things were, to be honest with you. But yeah, so we have the Aurora Interactor, which I'm very happy to get. And he gave me a great deal on it, too. So next up, I just picked up the Sega Genesis Mini. So I've been eagerly anticipating this, and very, very happy to have it. I'm going to put up a video of me unboxing this and comparing it to some other things or whatnot. So be on the lookout for that. It might come out before this. And I do plan on doing a video after a couple days of playing with it to give you my thoughts on it. But yeah, Sega Genesis Mini. Alright, the last big thing I picked up, and this is so cool, and I strongly suggest anybody who's on the fence to go ahead and buy one of these, because my gosh, am I having a lot of fun with it. It's the Oculus Quest. So this is the very first really affordable way to do true VR gaming. I guess you can count the PSVR as that as well. But the PSVR, you're actually tethered to your PlayStation 4, and this is cord-free. So moving around the room is so much better when you don't have to deal with cords. So guys, if you are on the fence, just buy it. It is so much fun. And I just feel like it's going to get better as time goes along. My favorite game I'm playing on this currently is Sports Scramble. The tennis game is so much fun. And you literally can run around and hit the ball. I just absolutely love it. It's a good workout too. Alright, so now on to the games, guys. Let's start out with handhelds first. We'll do Game Boy and Game Boy Color. Alright, starting out with Game Boy Color, we have WrestleMania 2000. We have Godzilla the series. Dragon Ball Z Legendary Super Warriors. EA Sports Knockout Kings. I'm sure you'll notice there's nothing like super great in this lot. We have SpongeBob SquarePants Lost Spatula. Stuart Little, The Journey Home. And Woody Woodpecker Racing for the Game Boy Color. Once again, nothing absolutely spectacular there, but anytime I can find Game Boy Color games for cheap, I'm going to pick them up. I paid about $1 a piece for those or so. So now, going on to the original Game Boy. We've got, this came in my Video Games Monthly box. We got Disney's Pocahontas. This is a very interesting little platformer. I've been having a lot of fun with this for what I've been playing. Shanghai for the Game Boy, which is a Mahjong game. I was right about that. I think I got that one in Video Games Monthly too. This one from Video Games Monthly as well. Mickey Mouse Magic Wands. This is like a puzzle platformer game. I haven't put a lot of time into it, but from what I played it seems fun. We've got Jurassic Park on the Game Boy. This plays just like the Super Nintendo version, pretty much, from what I remember. This came in Video Games Monthly. We have Super RC Pro-Am. You can't go wrong with RC Pro-Am. All of these games are fun. And last but not least, we have Disney's The Lion King on Game Boy. Fun, but very hard. Alright, so those are my Game Boy games. Once again, nothing groundbreaking in there, but some good stuff to play. Alright, so we're going to move along to the Game Boy Advance. I got a couple good games for the Game Boy Advance in the last couple weeks. We'll start out with the lesser of titles. We have Backyard Sports Baseball 2007. We have Dogs. We have Cats. And my two favorite games I picked up for the Game Boy Advance, we have Super Mario Advance. And we have Super Mario Advance 3 Yoshi's Island. So yeah, so two really good games to add to the collection there, and some filler, obviously. I won't be playing Cats and Dogs too much, I can guarantee that. So moving along, let's do the PS1. I only got one PlayStation 1 game, so might as well knock that off the list. We have Darkstone for the PS1. I literally know nothing about this game, haven't even put it in yet. It was just real cheap, so I figured why not. And, you know, it's complete, in pretty good shape. Looks like it's got some, like, dungeon crawling and stuff in it. Action game, maybe an action RPG. But yeah, it's cool. Darkstone. I'm going to play it at some point in time. Alright, so now to the Xbox One. I only got one Xbox One game. And once again, I picked this up because I couldn't pass on it. It was really cheap. But we have Alien Isolation. I actually heard this is pretty good. So I do plan on trying it out. But yeah, so one Xbox One game, Alien Isolation. Alright, so moving right along, we've got one Switch game. And this was sent to me by Limited Run Games, but it wasn't one of their games. I guess they published it or whatnot. But we have Minute for the Nintendo Switch. I know nothing about this either. I did look up some gameplay video of it. To be honest with you, probably not a game that I'm going to play a lot of, but still, it's fun to have it. I like the art style. And with these limited run games, I just love the fact they come with manuals. You know, that's something that's missing in a lot of new games this day and age, is there's no manuals. And this one even came with a sticker sheet. So, I mean, you know, you can't beat that. Alright, so Minute for the Nintendo Switch. Alright, so let's go to GameCube. I didn't pick up very many GameCube games, but we've got Super Bubble Pop. This came in my Video Games Monthly box, and I went online and bought a case for it because I don't collect loose GameCube discs. But this is basically like a rhythm-style puzzle game. It's really not that good, but still glad to have it. I didn't even know this existed until I pulled it out of the box. But also from Video Games Monthly, I got Reign of Fire for the GameCube. Alright, so those are my GameCube games that I picked up. So next up, let's do the Nintendo Wii. I picked up more Nintendo Wii games than this, but I've just not shown you all the filler I got. But these two are fun, and I actually quite enjoy playing these. We have Real Heroes Firefighter. I think this is really fun, and I don't hear people talk about it a lot, but my wife and I both are enjoying this. But we also, going along with the Light Gun Wii games that I've been collecting lately, we have Wicked Monsters Blast for the Wii. This game is very, very fun. It kind of reminds me of Point Blank a little bit, the arcade game, but this one's kind of difficult, and a lot of times I've noticed that when I'm playing, I don't really know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing, but still, it's fun. And this was on a Hidden Gems video for Metal Jesus Rocks. So yeah, two Wii games, Firefighter and Wicked Monsters Blast. Interesting name, huh? So those are my two Wii games. Alright, so I only have one Sega Master System game, and it's nothing special, so let's get that out of the way. It is complete though, so that's something. We have Great Baseball for the Sega Master System. I just put out a video of my Master System collection, so if you guys didn't see that, go back and watch it. I show all of my Sega Master System games, and I got some pretty cool stuff. But yeah, so we got Great Baseball for the Sega Master System. Like I said, it's complete, so there's that. Alright, so let's go to PlayStation 2. I've been really, really keen on collecting PS2 lately. There's a couple reasons. PlayStation 2 has a ton of great games, but also you can get them for so cheap right now. So I've been picking up a lot of PS2 games, so we're going to run through these pretty quick. Alright, so we've got Ratchet and Clank. We've got Kingdom Hearts. Spider-Man. Oh, this is a good one. We got Dora's Big Birthday Adventure. TMNT. Sonic Mega Collection Plus. This is a great compilation right here. Sonic Unleashed. Spider-Man 2. Extermination. This one I've heard great things about. I can't wait to play it. Star Wars Battlefront 2. Super fun game. Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring. Ace Combat 5. Wave Rally. This is like a cheap man's, like wave race or whatnot. Alright, we've got Resident Evil 4. My favorite Resident Evil game. Mortal Kombat Deception. Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition. Justice League Heroes, Silent Scope, Call of Duty Finest Hour, Max Payne, Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty, Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, Medal of Honor Rising Sun, Eon Flux, Siphon Filter the Omega Strain. A really cool game here. We've got Dark Cloud. And such a fun racing game, arcade style racing game. We have Burnout 3 Takedown. This one and Burnout Revenge are my favorites in the series. So yeah, those are my PS2 pickups, and as you can see, I did get quite a few PS2 games. Alright, so moving right along. Let's do NES next. Only got 4 NES games to show, and nothing super crazy good. But we have Track and Field, Jeopardy Junior Edition, Sesame Street ABC and 1, 2, 3. And Vegas Dream. So yeah, nothing too crazy there, but 4 more games to knock off the list. Alright, so next up, let's go ahead and do Nintendo 64. So for Nintendo 64, I got this in Video Games Monthly. We have Wheel of Fortune. We have Wayne Gretzky 3D Hockey 98. NHL Breakaway 98. I think I got this in Video Games Monthly too. We have Army Men Sarge's Heroes. And probably my favorite pickup for the Nintendo 64, we have Pokemon Stadium 2. That's awesome to get because now I got both the Pokemon Stadiums for Nintendo 64. Alright, so next up, let's go ahead and show Super Nintendo games. Alright, for Super Nintendo, we have Star Trek The Next Generation, Utopia, Turn and Burn No Fly Zone. I featured this game in one of my recent videos for Super Nintendo games that you should play that won't break your bank. So we got Darius Twin. As you'll see, there's a lot of filler in here. Some good games, but a lot of filler. We got Madden 96. NHL 94. Still one of the best hockey games I've ever played. The Sega Genesis version is way better. And RoboCop vs. Terminator. We got Ken Griffey Jr.'s Major League Baseball. Probably my favorite game that I picked up for Super Nintendo. We have Super Metroid. Fatal Fury 2. Some of these need cleaned up too, but they all work. Batman Returns. This is such a fun side-scrolling beat-em-up. If you haven't played this, please do, because this is a lot of fun. We have Toddlers. This is actually quite fun too. If you haven't played this, I strongly suggest giving it a try. This one utilizes the Super Nintendo mouse, and it kind of plays like Lemmings. And who doesn't like Lemmings, right? Alright, so we have Super Black Bass. This came in Video Games Monthly. We have Home Alone 2. One of my favorite football games of all time, Tecmo Super Bowl. Bassmasters Classic Pro Edition. So yeah, those are my Super Nintendo pickups. Like I said, nothing too outstanding there, but still some good games. With Super Metroid probably being my favorite one. So last up, the last system I'm going to show is the Sega CD. I just started collecting this system recently, and I've been going a little bit crazy on it, I'll be honest with you. But let's go ahead and show these. We've got NBA Jam. ESPN's National Hockey Night. A lot of these are pretty cheap titles. Joe Montana's NFL Football. I really liked the Joe Montana talking football game for Sega Genesis when I was a kid. But this one is not like that. Alright, this was disc only, but I made some cover art for it and put it in a DVD case. We have Wonder Dog, which is actually a pretty fun platformer for the Sega CD. It's a real game for the Sega CD, not just an FMV game or whatnot. We have Wheel of Fortune. And this is actually a pretty fun golf game from what I played of it. We have Link's The Challenge of Golf. I actually enjoyed this one. I really like a good golf game. I really, really enjoy Golden Tee Golf on the arcade machine. But yeah, so Link. This was disc only too, but I printed out cover art for it. We have Hook. So probably my 3 favorite games I picked up for the Sega CD. We have Brutal Paws of Fury. This game sucks, but it's good to have it. It's a fighting game for the Sega CD. We have Pitfall, The Mayan Adventures. And last but certainly not least, my favorite pickup for the Sega CD, we have Pugsy for the Sega CD. This is actually a really fun platformer for the console too. I know a version of this came out on the Sega Genesis as well, but I just had to have it for the Sega CD. It basically has enhanced features, and it has cartoon introductions, CD quality stereo sound, and it has animated end-of-level sequences that bring you more level guardians delivering unbeatable gaming action and challenge. So yeah, Pugsy for the Sega CD. Alright guys, so those are basically my game pickups over the last week and a half, 2 weeks. And console pickups, obviously. To be honest with you, my favorite pickup out of this video is probably the Oculus Quest. I've been having so much fun playing it. You're definitely going to be active playing it. I find myself sweating quite a lot. But yeah, so I'm definitely happy to have that. But so just let me know down below in the comments section what your favorite pickup was. And also let me know if you have any questions about anything. I will try to answer them as good as I can. But yeah, guys, I guess I'm going to end the video here and go play some more games. So until next time, guys, peace.